Daily Graphic, is there any publication today? So still, it's only Ghanaian Science. So.
Because when they say now silence, when you so when all of you are doing it together, okay, ma'am, it makes noise. And people were like holding the long the papers was not too eye pleasing.
I think they were using the newspaper at that time.
If you had it, all of you, like, you can even be relaxed.
Is there a way you can zoom in so that it's from this angle? It's not. That's the main camera. No, it's a supporting camera. Master camera. Dabelushi, you catch it. I mean, angle say, come on, from here. When I put it paper,
They are reading from the paper. No, that means as man said, in future, we'll just put a table. Could have even put this in that way. Because once you are flipping it, the noise will come in.
I see. Or it can be a proper panel discussion. Round table.
Okay, so please, are you ready? We are going. Don't worry. Somebody.
Captain Judite and Sub-Lieutenant Patience Owusu Ansah. And so today we will be discussing the entry requirements for the 2025-2026 enlistment into the Ghana Military Academy. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate you all for expressing interest to join this noble corps. As you are aware, recruitment is still ongoing for other ranks, and so this discussion will be limited to only enlistment for officers. As I mentioned earlier, I have two lovely lady officers, and I would like to find out from them what their experiences has been so far. And so I'd like to find out from Sub-Lieutenant Owusu Ansah, what has been your experiences so far in this noble profession?
Thank you very much, Mom. As a young person, joining the service has been really good to me. I've been able to build good character. I now have the confidence to do a lot of things. Also, I grew up in Kumasi, but through the military, I've been to several places around the country, and I also had the opportunity to go to Côte d'Ivoire for an exercise this year. So it has really been a good experience, experiencing new people and cultures.
That's wonderful. Captain Tay, can you tell us what your experiences have been? Is it a profession that if you were to come back into this world, you would like to enlist again?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good morning, viewers. I commissioned 6 years ago into the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ghana Army to be specific. And since then, it's been a learning experience for me. I traveled to South Sudan 3 years ago, where I got the opportunity to see life, see the lives that people are living elsewhere, different cultures. It has made me appreciate what I have here in Ghana, the family I have, the resources I have, and everything that I'm able to enjoy now. And the training has also helped me build discipline in myself, character, as my colleague mentioned. And all in all, it's a career that I've grown to love and has shaped me into the individual that I am now.
So viewers, as you can see, it's been a wonderful experience for them and for me as well. And so this morning we'll try to clarify all your doubts. We'll try and answer some of the questions. Already we have so many questions on the enlistment. And so this morning we just want to clarify your doubts and make sure that this exercise goes as seamlessly as possible. Also in the course of this program, we shall have the Director Information Technology who will be joining us to also take you through on how to apply. As you're already aware, the publication came out yesterday in the Ghanaian Times, pages 15, 16, 17. So you may want to get a copy of it. All the details are spelled out. And the portals will be opened tomorrow, Friday. And so we want to go straight into the requirements for enlisting into the Ghana Military Academy. And we'll begin with the general eligibility. This is like the basic that you need to have before you even select the specific profession or corps that you would like to belong to. So we'll begin with Captain Tay, who will take us through some of the eligibility requirements. What are the requirements that you need? What is the standard for height? What is the certificates that you need to hold? We do have several comments on our platforms, and we'll clarify those in a bit. So Captain Tay, please take us through the general eligibility requirements.
The general eligibility requirements are as follows. Eligible applicants should be Ghanaian citizen by birth, meaning that you should be born in Ghana and both parents should be Ghanaians. Be of good character, not be married. This is applicable to regular cadets only. We will go on to explain what the regular cadets are shortly. You are not to be bonded. You are not to be less than 18 years and not more than 26 years by 31st March 2026. Again, this is applicable to regular cadets only. Applicants must be medically fit by Ghana Armed Forces standards, must pass the pre-joining fitness test, and be of minimum height of 1.6 meters, which is 5 foot 6 inches for males, and 1.60 meters, 5 foot 2 inches for females. For military police only, the minimum height for male applicants should be 1.7 meters, which is 5 foot 9 inches, and 1.70 meters, 5 foot 7 inches for females.
Okay, so before we get into the certificates required, let me just give a little bit context with the pre-joining fitness test. If you are a candidate and you want to join, by this time you should start your early morning jogging and do some sit-ups and some push-ups in preparation for the pre-joining fitness test. And we also mentioned to be of good character. You shouldn't have any legal or legal issues that are against you. I know in time past, they say the joining the services is for people who are bad boys and girls. No. Let me dispel that rumor. We will go through your background, we will check, and if you are found wanting, you will be dropped at any of the stages. So please make sure that you don't have any legal issues against you. She also mentioned that be a Ghanaian citizen. We had a question of someone who said he is a Nigerian but wants to join the Ghana forces. No, this is strictly for Ghanaian applicants. And we'll now look at the certificates that will be needed during the process, and that will be done by Sub-Lieutenant Owusu Ansah. She'll take you through the certificates that you will need for this process.
So the following certificates should be held by the applicant. One is BEC, 6 credits at BEC, including English, Maths, and Science. For WASI, it's also 6 credits with not less than C6, including core English, core Maths, and core Science. For SSCE, it's 6 credits, not less than D, including core English, core Maths, and core Science. GCE and A levels can also apply with 5 credits, not less than 6, including English and Maths. Aside these certificates, you also to have a degree, a bachelor's degree for regular cadets, and a master's degree or PhD for short service commission.
So thank you very much. If you are just joining us, we are live on YouTube on official Gaf television, and on Facebook, we're on Ghana Armed Forces Facebook page. And this transmission is to clear all doubts regarding the 2025-2026 enlistment into the Ghana Armed Forces. We have gone through the eligibility requirements. We've also seen the certificates that you need. She mentioned you need BEC, that is 6 credits. You also need your WASI, you need SSC, GC, O, and A levels. And also, please note that you will require the original certificates. If you have any transcript or attestation at the documentation phase, it will not be accepted. Please, before you buy the voucher, go back to your schools and collect your original certificates. And the mode of entry is for regular career course and short service commission course. So now I want to look at the regular career officer course candidates. There are so many requirements with different branches that you can apply. So we'll not go through all of them. We'll try to go through as many as we can. But we'll entreat you to get a copy of the Ghanaian Times, specifically yesterday's edition, that's 3rd December. And you'll get all the information you need in pages 15, 16, and 17. So we're going to begin with the regular career officer course candidates. What are some of the requirements that you need, and then the various branches and services that you can apply to. So we'll begin with Captain Tay. She'll take us through some of the requirements for the regular career officer course candidates.
Candidates who are interested in applying for the regular career course Army branch of the Ghana Armed Forces have the opportunity to join the infantry, armor, artillery, or Army Special Operations Brigade. And these are the areas that you can apply into. First, we have the signal, communication, and information systems. In addition to the general eligibility criteria, applicants must have a first degree, not below 2nd class lower, from an accredited university in the following courses: Bachelor of Science in Telecom Engineering, Bachelor of Science Computer Science, Bachelor of Science Computer Engineering, Bachelor of Science Electrical Electronic Engineering, Bachelor of Science Instrumentation Engineering, Bachelor of Science Radio and Satellite Communication Engineering, Bachelor of Science Systems Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Physics, Mathematics, Network Engineering, Information Communication Technology, Software Engineering, Aerospace Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Robotic Engineering, Material Science Engineering, Geometric Engineering, Cybersecurity. In addition to the above, the following certificates in any of the following professional courses below will be an added advantage: drone piloting, data analysis, geographical information, radio transmission, Cisco Certified Network Associate, Cisco Certified Network Professional, Microsoft Certified System Engineer, Microsoft Certified System Solutions Associate, Consumer Communication and Network Conference, Server Management, Ethical Hacking, Cybersecurity, Networking Engineering, Fiber Optics Engineering, Web Designing, Cryptography, Database Management, Hardware Engineering. We also have the Engineer Core. Degrees required include Civil Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Building Services, Electrical Engineering, Building Technology, Quantity Surveying and Construction, Economics, Construction Technology Management, Geomatic Engineering, Agricultural Engineering, Materials Engineering, Land Economics, Landscape Designing, Graphic Technician.
Okay, before you continue, Captain Tay, we would like to take a few comments from our YouTube page. We are live on official Gaf Television. We are also live on our Facebook page. And we have a question here about national service certificates. So that is not a requirement. Per the requirement that were published, you don't really need your national service certificate to apply for this. And there was also a question about diploma and NVTI certificates. That is also not a requirement. The minimum requirement for joining the officer corps is a bachelor's degree. And so we'll continue, and then we'll take more questions later. Captain Tay.
Applicants are also have the opportunity to apply to the Electrical and Mechanical Engineer Corps, Electrical Engineers, Mechanical Engineers, the Supply and Transport Ordnance, Physical Training and Sports Officers, Education Corps, Records, Agricultural Extension Officers, the Band, the Public Relations Corps, and the Pay Corps. We also have an opening for catering officers.
I will go straight into the Navy. So for the Navy, we have the executive branch. The executive branch are the officers that handle the ship. They own the ship. So usually people are confused as to what executive means, and that is what it means. So in addition to the general eligibility, applicants must have a first degree, not below second class lower, in any of the following courses from a recognized university: BSc Nautical Science, BSc Mathematics, Physics, Chemistry, Statistics, Aerospace Engineering, Computer Engineering, Computer Science, Oceanography, BSc Geomatic Engineering and Geodetic Engineering, and BSc degree in any science-related discipline. the candidate should have done well in the general science at senior high school level. For the technical branch, these officers are the people responsible for the engines of the ship or a vessel. So for that also, in addition to the general eligibility requirement, you need a certificate, a BSc certificate in marine engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, or a BSc in naval architecture.
Before you continue, Sub-Lieutenant also answer, let's take some few questions on YouTube. And someone is asking if with a D7, whether you can apply.
No,
Captain Tay, what do you have to say to that? Someone with a D7.
Ma'am, as mentioned before in the general eligibility, the credit required is not less than C6, so it's stated clearly. So we encourage all viewers and all applicants to go through their general eligibility requirements and then read the advertisements and then follow the requirements to apply.
We also have a question, can someone who has been to the academy before reapply?
I think.
So for the academy, you were there. What were you there for? What happened? How did you go out? And so once you've been there and you've been taken out, it means that you are not qualified. So unfortunately, you can't rejoin again. We also have a question on geography. Geography in KNUST, BSc Geography. So every year we look at our needs. So this assessment is done, and then based on those needs assessments, these requirements are brought. And so we want to strictly go by what we have been published. And so for subsequent requirements, maybe you can check next year. But we do have BSc. I've seen BSc Geography in, I think, for Army and also for Air Force. That is also accepted. So as we mentioned, please get a copy of the Ghanaian Times newspaper and go through all the requirements, see where you fall under before you buy the voucher. So continue with the Navy requirements.
Yes, ma'am. But before I continue, I want to comment on the person who said they were in the academy.
Yes.
And they were, I don't know if you were sacked or something happened, but if the reason was due to a discipline issue, then I'm sorry, but you do not meet our standards. So you cannot reapply into the academy again. Now, continuing with the Navy. So aside the executive and the technical branch, we have the supply branch. So again, you have to have a first degree aside the general eligibility, a first degree not below second class lower, and the following certificates are required: BSc Business Administration, BSc Tech Logistics and Supply Chain Management, Procurement and Supply Chain Management, Port and Shipping Administration, BSc Logistics, Economics, BSc in Commerce, BSc Accounting, Finance, Purchasing and Supply, Hospitality Management, BSc Fashion, Textile and Design. And then also applicants with additional certificates, that's from the Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply and the Chartered Institution of Logistics and Transport will be favored. And we also have the administration branch under the Navy. For the admin branch, you need a first degree in BA Business Administration with a Human Resource option, BTech Commerce, Human Resource option, BSc, BA or BBA Business Management, BSc or BA in Public Administration, BSc in Management Studies, Human Resource option, BA Information Studies, and BBA BA Secretaryship and Management Studies. Under the Navy branch, we also require officers for the Education Corps, Records, Agricultural Extension Officers, Band, Public Relations, the Pay Corps, and also catering officers. So again, we'll entreat you to get the newspaper for Ghanaian Times, yesterday's edition, and then go through the requirements very well in order to apply and get qualified.
Okay, thank you very much, Sub-Lieutenant Owusu Ansah. We'll take some reaction before we go to the Air Force column. And someone is asking about the clarification. Please, for the age limit, can you please explain further? They said we shouldn't be more than 26 by 31st March 2026. Please, I want a further clarification. Captain Say, can you please explain to our potential candidate on the age requirement?
Yes, ma'am. As mentioned in the general eligibility, applicants are not to be less than 18 years and not more than 26 years by 31st March 2026. This applies to the regular cadets only. So regular cadets are, the regular career course is for applicants or officers who have just completed university and are not seen to have any working experience at the moment. So this profession or this career is going to be their main or only career for the period of their lives that they will be working. So this limits their age to 26 years in order for the applicants to be fit, healthy and strong in order to be able to endure the training, which lasts for a period of 15 to 18 months.
Okay, thank you, Captain Tay. And so I want to continue with Air Force, and then we'll take more questions. And so for Air Force, the main branches are operations, engineering, supply, and administration branch. There are also opportunities for those within the electrical and mechanical engineering, education corps, records, agricultural extension officers, band, public relations, pay corps, catering officers. All the details are spelled out in the enlistment requirements in the Ghanaian Times. And so for if you want to join the Air Force as an operations person, maybe you want to be a pilot, there are some requirements that you need. So in addition to the general eligibility, you should have read general science. So for general art students, sorry to you, you should have read general science before you can apply to be a pilot or an operations person. And for general science, specifically, we are looking for physics, chemistry, elective maths, biology, geography, agricultural science at the senior secondary school level. And then you should have a Bachelor of Science degree, not below second class lower, from a recognized university, institution, or any of the following. So for a pilot, you need a BSc Physics, BSc Mathematics, BSc Chemistry, and BSc Computer Science. And there will be preference for those who have a commercial pilot license or the airline transport pilot license. So if you have any of these licenses, in addition to the requirements, you'll be given, let's say, some preference. But of course, you have to meet the other eligibility requirements. And if you want to be an air traffic controller, you should also have BSc Physics, Maths, Chemistry, Geography, Computer Science, and Meteorology. As we mentioned, the minimum requirement is a BSc or a bachelor's degree. And if you look at all the requirements, there will always be preference for those who hold a professional certification. So if you're a member of any professional body, that will also be considered. If you're not a member, maybe you would want to join some of the professional organizations. And so after the operations, we have the engineering branch. And as usual, you should meet the general eligibility. We have, under engineering, we have mechanical and avionics. And then we also have a supply branch. For supply branch, you need a BSc or a BBA or a BA or a B commerce in administration, finance, accounting, marketing, and purchasing. You would also need to belong to any of the professional bodies like the CIPS or the CISCM, that is the Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply, and the Institute of Logistics and Supply Chain Management. For administration branch, in addition to the general eligibility, you should have a first degree not below second class from a recognized university. You can have a BSc or BBA or a BA in business administration or social science, business management, public administration, management studies, or human resource management. You can also join the ordnance corps. You can join as electrical and mechanical engineer. We also have the public relations corps, where those with communication with a background or a bachelor's in communications, specializing in public relations or journalism can apply. For fine arts, you have multimedia production, communication design, motion and picture photography, editing. And then for languages, we have French and Spanish. And so if you have a bachelor's in any of these, you can also apply. And we said that special, or should I say preference, we're giving to those who belong to any of the professional bodies. So belonging to a professional body actually certifies what you're practicing. And so that will also be considered. And for pilots who have the license, that is the commercial pilot license and the airline transport pilot license, that will also be considered. So if you have it, you can also apply. But having it does not guarantee an automatic entry. You will need to meet the other eligibility criteria. And so we'll take some more questions, and then we'll now look at the Short Service Commission.
Ma'am, several of the questions are on the qualifications, whether some of the requirements state Bachelor of Science, but some of them have Bachelor, I think Bachelor in Education, and a technical degree. So they are wondering if they can apply with those certificates.
Okay. So as we said, there's always a need assessment. I know some people have listed as someone here who has a BSc plumbing and is wondering why it's not captured, but we captured it for other ranks. So there's always a needs assessment. Every year, the requirements change. So let's want to encourage you. Next year, you can check again. If it's listed, you can apply. But for now, we are looking at certain requirements, and we are quite strict with what we want and what we need. And so please get a copy of the Ghanaian Times, go through all the requirements that are needed, ensure that you qualify before you buy the voucher. You know it's electronic. If you don't have the necessary qualification and you buy it and you apply, the system will automatically reject you. So please, let's take notes on that. So let's go back to the Army Before we go to the short service, I saw some other requirements. Can you just quickly take us through the Army regular? There are some other, I've seen physical training, and then sports officers. We also need people who have that qualification. If you have a BSc in physical education, not below second class lower from an accredited university or institution, you are also welcome. The Armed Forces is an equal opportunity giver, and we try to spread our wings as wide as possible. So Captain Tay will take us through some of the other requirements or the professions that are needed for Army.
Yes, ma'am. The Ghana Army also has vacancies for the following: the engineers. In addition to the general eligibility criteria, applicants interested to apply into the engineer corps must have a first degree not below second class lower from an accredited university or institution. The requirements include civil engineering, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science Mechanical Engineering, Building Technology, Quantity Surveying and Construction Economics, Construction Technology Management. Bachelor of Science, Geodetic, Geomatic Engineering, Agricultural Engineering, Materials Engineering, Land Economics, Landscape Designing, Graphic Technician. The Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. These are the persons who will be in charge of working on the vehicles. Areas include electrical or electronic engineers. In addition to general eligibility criteria, applicants must have a first degree not below second class lower from an accredited university or institution in any of the following: Bachelor of Science, Electrical, Electronic Engineering, BTech, Electrical, Electronic Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Instrumentation Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Biomedical Engineering. We have vacancies for mechanical engineers with qualifications in Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Material Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Metallurgical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Industrial Engineering, and Automobile Engineering.
So if you are joining us now, we are live on official Ghana Armed Forces Television on YouTube. And also we are live on Facebook, and we are discussing the 2025-2026 enlistment into the Ghana Military Academy. We have gone through the eligibility requirements. We've seen some of the requirements for the Ghana Army, the Ghana Navy, and the Ghana Air Force. We have also taken some questions, and we'll take more questions and clarification. Meanwhile, we'll take a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back. Thank you for staying live with us. You're welcome back from the short break, and we are coming live from the Ghana Armed Forces Department of Public Relations on official Ghana Armed Forces television on YouTube, and we're also live on Facebook. And this morning we have been discussing the 2025-2026 enlistment into the Ghana Military Academy. We are trying to answer all your questions and all your comments regarding the enlistment. We are happy for you that you've expressed interest to join this noble profession. And let me just add that this is not just a job. If you are looking for a job, please bear in mind that this is not just a job. It's about sacrifice, it's about integrity, it's about discipline, it's about a lot of things. So you need to take that into consideration before you even apply. During the period, we have gone through the general eligibility as to what you need to have before you apply. Those are like the basic requirements. We've also gone through the requirements for Army, for Navy, for Air Force. And we want to throw a bit more light because most of the questions are on the age, the ages, and then the certificates required. So we'll go back again to the age requirements. Captain Tay will give us a little bit of explanation on the age, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. So as mentioned in the general eligibility, you are not to be more than 26 years by 31st March 2026. So let me clarify this. Say you want to apply, but you turned 26 years on the 1st of January. By 31st March, you would be 26 years and 3 months plus old. So automatically, you would be disqualified by the system. Additionally, if you are 26 by 1st April, you would be 26 years and a day old. So you would be disqualified. And again, if you turn 26 on the 31st of March, you would still not qualify for the enlistment.
Thank you, Captain Tay. I think Sublieutenant also would like to give some reaction to the heights. Yes. Someone also asked about the heights.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, with the height, some people did their Ghana card when they were teenagers, and at that time they were not fully developed. So they have increased in height. So if you are applying and you use the height that is stated on your Ghana card, you will be disqualified if you don't meet the criteria that we need. However, you know that, oh, maybe I'm now 6 feet, but on the Ghana card, you are way below the requirements. So I entreat all applicants to go to, you can go to a pharmacy or a hospital to get your height checked so that you get the accurate information for the application.
So as a matter of fact, in your preparation, you have to check your height. Check your weight. For the medicals, the Ghana Armed Forces will do its own medicals. But for your own health, you can go and do medicals. Just be sure that you are fine, so that when you get to that stage, you wouldn't have any challenges. So there's a lot of preparation, physically, emotionally, mentally, before you even buy the voucher. So please check yourself, ensure that you meet the physical and even all the other requirements that we are looking for. We have a question here about the arrangement of my name. Somebody said, I have an issue with the arrangement of my names. Will an affidavit for rearrangement of my names be accepted? Yes, we will accept affidavits for the rearrangement of your names. And then someone also asked, as a nurse who passed the license exam waiting for my PIN number, can I apply for short service? You can apply, but at the point of documentation, it is required that you should have everything that you need. And we've also had some questions on can I use the old birth certificate for the application process, or the new ones are mandated? Can I use the old certificates? On the requirements, it is stated that you need your birth certificate.
Your biometric.
The biometric certificate. And so please try and get your biometric certificates. We'll now go into, do you have some clarification before?
On yes. The certificate. So the biometric one is the new one.
Okay.
The old birth certificate, they didn't take our fingerprints and those things. Okay. So if you have the old birth certificate, you can go to the births and deaths registry to get the biometric certificate.
Okay, thank you very much, Sub-Lieutenant Owusu Ansah. Now we'll go into the Short Service Commission. We had a question about the differences between short service and regular. I just want to give some basic differences. So for regular officers, you are enlisting for a should I say, a long-term military career. So you would usually serve longer. You can serve up to 20 years or above. While for the short service, it's usually for a short term, but you can apply to be converted to regular within the period. And also for the length of training, for a regular officer, you can be training for a period, let's say between 15 to 24 months. And then for a short service, you can be training between 6 to 8 months. So there's a difference in the length of training, the length of service, and even the age requirements. You will see that most of the short service requirements, you have up to 30 years and even 40 years, depending on your specialization. So based on the requirements, that's why we are entreating you to get a copy of the Ghanaian Times, pages 15, 16, 17, where you get all the details that you need. So we're now coming to discuss the Short Service Commission Officer. Who are these people and what are the requirements that we need?
Before we do that, there are a lot of questions on
Okay.
what about the Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Technology
Okay.
when it comes to the various requirements.
Okay.
Ma'am, so with that one, under the education core, if you go to that, that's on the page 16 of the Ghanaian Times, you will see that there is a Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Education in French, Spanish, Arabic, Chinese, or Germany. And also when you go more into it, you see that there is a Bachelor of Education degree in any discipline. So all the requirements and these things are in the publication. So I entreat you all to get it and then go through it. That will help you before you can apply.
And if you don't find what you're looking for, please wait for next year. The Ghana Armed Forces always does a needs assessment. We look at our requirements and then we publish to meet those requirements. And so if you don't find what you're looking for, you can try again next year. And so at this point, we want to look at the Short Service Commission Officers. What are some of the specialty areas? I know there are a lot of nurses and doctors and lawyers out there who want to join us. And so we'll begin with Captain Tay. She will take us through some of the requirements and then we'll continue from there.
Ma'am, before you continue, I would like to inform our viewers that they can also engage us on WhatsApp and even on call. So for WhatsApp, our numbers are 0256 405154. So that is for WhatsApp only. I'll take the number again, 0256 405154. And for call, our number is 025 640 5104. So I'll take that again, 0256 40 5104. We have these numbers on our social media pages as well, so you can go there and then pick them up and interact with us.
So let's dive into the Short Service Commission Officers. What are some of the requirements? What are we looking out for, Captain Tay?
Yes, ma'am. And before I go to that, I'd like to inform all applicants and the general public that the vouchers are available at the post offices. So you can visit the post office to purchase the vouchers. For the Short Service Commission, there are vacancies in the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. The areas include the Engineer Corps. The Engineer Corps, in addition to the general eligibility criteria, applicants must not be more than 30 years by 31st March 2026 and must have a minimum of 2 years work experience in the relevant field of application. Applicants must be a registered member of the requisite professional body and must be in good standing with a minimum probationary status in any of the following: Masters in Architecture, Civil Engineering with a Masters in Sewage Engineering, civil engineering with a master's in structural engineering, mechanical engineering with a master's in building services. For the Signal Corps, Communication and Information Systems, applicants must have a master's degree from an accredited university or institution in electrical, electronic engineering, robotics engineering, material sciences engineering, geomatic engineering, cyber security. In addition to the above, certificates in any of the following professional courses below will be an added advantage. These include drone piloting, data analysis, geographical information, radio transmission, RF engineering, Cisco Certified Network Associate, Cisco Certified Network Professional, Microsoft Certified System Engineer, Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate, Consumer Communication and Network Conference, and more.
So, dear viewers, you are watching a special transmission on the 2025-2026 enlistment into the Ghana Military Academy. We are currently discussing the requirements for enlistment into Short Service Commission. Because of time, we are going to run quickly through some of just the professions. Sub-Lieutenant Owusu Ansah, please just outline the professions, I would say, and the ages. And then we'll very soon invite Kenneth Edua from the Department of Information Technology, who will tell us how to apply. For more details, please get the newspapers so that you can have all the details you want. So we're going to run quickly some of the specialization areas for Short Service Commission.
So I'll continue with the short service. Under short service, we have electrical and mechanical engineering. The age limit is not more than 30 by 31st March. So for all of them, the age limit is not more than a particular age by 31st March 2026. So I'll just be going through it quickly. Under the short service again, we have supply and transport, age not more than 30. Ordnance, age not more than 30. For technical branch, that's for the Navy, age not more than 30. Administration for Navy, also not more than 30. Engineering branch for Air Force, not more than 30. Pay Corps, not more than 30. Public Relations Corps, not more than 30 years by 31st March 2026. It also applies to education officers, not more than 30 years as well. For the lawyers or for legal, you can also apply under Short Service Commission, but the age limit for that is not more than 35 years. And for band, it's not more than 30 years, for band, not more than 30 years. For agricultural extension officers, not more than 30 years. Physical training instructors, not more than 30. For medical and dental surgeons, the age is not more than 40 years. And then for medical officers, that's general practitioners, not more than 35 years. For dental surgeons, it is not more than 35 years as well. For veterinary doctors, not more than 35. Veterinary surgeons, not more than 35 years. Pharmacists is not more than 33 years. For specialized nurses, it's not more than 33 years. Nursing tutors, not more than 36 years. Nursing officers, not more than 30 years. Veterinary nursing officers, not more than 30. Health services administrators, not more than 30 years. Clinical and health psychologists, not more than 38 years. Radiographers, not more than 30 years. Sonographers, not more than 30 years. Respiratory therapists, not more than 30 years. And many more. So I'll entreat you to get the newspaper. Genuinely, you need to get the newspaper before you apply, because you need to go through every single detail. Make sure you meet all the requirements before you get the voucher and apply. If not, you will make mistakes when you are applying and you will be disqualified. Thank you.
Thank you, Sub-Lieutenant Owusu Ansah. Once again, you were streaming live from the Department of Public Relations on official Ghana Forces Television, on YouTube, and also on Facebook. We are going through the requirements for the Short Service Commission. As you can see, it's extensive. We have so many professionals that we are looking out for. So get a copy of the newspaper. If you qualify and you meet the requirements, then please buy a voucher.
So, Ma'am, I also want to clarify something. Since I was going through the Short Service Commission, the degrees and then the professions in there, I want to state that with all the professions in there, there are a minimum requirement of working experiences you need. Now, this working experience differ from call to call. So, for instance, for the public relations corps that I am a member of, you have to have a master's degree for short service and also a 3 years working experience. Now, it can be more for other sectors or other corps. So, you have to look out for that in the publication on the Ghanaian Times.
Very shortly, we shall be inviting the Director Information Technology, who will be taking us through on how to apply. For the helplines, if you have any further clarification, you can WhatsApp us on 025-640-5104. That's on WhatsApp. And on phone, you can call us on 025-640-5154. WhatsApp 025-640-5104. And on call 025-640-5154 for further clarifications. So I want to see if we have a little bit of time to take some questions, and then we'll take a 5-minute break and then invite the Director Information Technology to take us through on how to apply. Congratulations once again for expressing interest to join this call. So we'll take a few questions and then we'll quickly wrap up and then we'll look at how to apply. So going through the questions, good morning, sir, ma'am. I want to inquire if one can use attestation and transcripts of a university during the online process.
I think
we need,
take this
okay.
Because I think we should listen to instructions and go by what is needed. Mm-hmm. If you do not have any of your certificates, there is still time. Kindly go back to your schools and get these certificates and apply with, because we do not accept transcripts and attestation. Please, you still have time. You can go to your schools, get the certificates. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so we take final comments before we proceed on break. Any comments, Captain Say? Would you like to add something?
I've seen several comments about people asking that they applied as recruits and they want to apply as officers again. If you do not meet the requirements, please kindly do not purchase the vouchers. The requirements are listed in the advertisements. Please purchase the newspaper, read the advertisements, and then go by it. If you find that you do not qualify, please do not buy the voucher and apply. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Captain Tay. We have been bringing you live enquiries on the 2025-2026 enlistment into the Ghana Military Academy. We are now going to proceed on a 5 minutes break and then we'll look at how to apply. We have the Director Information Technology who will be taking us through. Thank you all very much for joining us. Colonel George Adria. He will be taking us through on how to apply. But before then, we have a solution for those of you who couldn't find your requirements or the requirement of professions in the list. Some lieutenant also answer has found a solution for you, and so she will be sharing it.
So I come bearing good news for those people who can't find their courses or certificates in the requirements. So if you don't find your certificate or your courses in there, when you take the newspaper, yesterday's edition of the Ghanaian Times, page 15, under Army Regular Cadets, you find Serial A, Infantry, Armor, Artillery, and Army Special Operations Brigade. So these four branches, you can apply under them with any first degree certificate you have. So this is good news for you, and I think it's a great Christmas present.
Yes, so there you have it. You are welcome to join the fighting service and fight for your country. And so we're quickly going to how to apply. I'll give the basic information, and then we'll have Colonel Adria take us through the technicalities. And so, how to apply? You need to acquire an electronic voucher at only 250 Ghana cedis at the following post offices: for Greater Accra region, in Central region, Upper West region, Upper East, Ashanti, Eastern region, Volta, Western North, Bono region, Bono East region, Ahafo region, Northern region, Northeast region, Oti region, and Savannah region. All the major post offices you can get a voucher to buy. Now, the enlistment will be conducted in two centers. It's been divided into Southern and Northern. And so please take note. If you find yourself living around Southern, please select the centers that is closest to you. That will make your movement easier. So for the Southern Center, which is Accra, it's for all applicants in Greater Accra region, Eastern, Volta, Central, Oti, Western, and Western North regions. And then for the Northern Center, which is Kumasi, it's for applicants within the Northern, Ashanti, Savannah, Northeast, Upper West, Bono East, and Ahafo region. So please select the center that is closest to you to make your movement easier. And the Ghana Forces Enlistment Portal can be accessed from Friday, 5th December 2025. So you're welcome to this live production.
Thank you for having me.
To have you.
Great.
Yes, sir. So can you please take us through the technicalities for applying for our dear candidates that are watching us?
Thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers out there. So all that you have just said so far, and many of the questions that were asked, we have designed a very good portal. When you go to the Ghana Armed Forces, just go to apply.mail.gh. Apply.mail.gh. Everything that have been spoken this morning can be seen on apply.mail.gh. And I repeat again, apply.mail.gh. When you go to that very website, everything that have been said this morning is there, including frequently asked questions like most of the things that you are all asking about. They are all clear. I have defined this stage as phase 0. Stage 0 is going to contain you being meticulous to read. The reading and you knowing exactly what is being required of you before you continue to go and purchase the e-voucher. If you don't read carefully before you go to buy, you may be wasting money. So that is the first point I want to make. There is, when you go to that very portal, that is the website, apply.mail.gh, you will see a countdown. There's a countdown very nicely, the number of hours left for us to start rolling out the whole process. Applicant guidelines are also clearly stated over there. So you can go through the applicant guidelines to see how you can apply very smoothly. We have also made a video of how to go through the processes step by step until the last stage. So for this one, I'll just give a very quick summary. And one of the things that I want to talk about here is you reading, and then after you have finished reading, you buying the e-voucher. That voucher, you can use it as many times as you want. But the moment you go to the portal and you have finished filling in all your details, once you click submit, the lifespan of the e-voucher is out. So before you even go to the extent of clicking submit, we have given another opportunity for you to preview and check all that you have entered in. Please, there are stages. We have the branch stage, the personal detail, educational details, next of kin detail. Then when you come to education, we have the basic details that you provide. You have the secondary, tertiary, and then also the professional. That is why phase 0 means you need to read and read more. After you have entered all these requirements, please go back and do pre-review. Review all that you have entered before you click on the word submit. The moment you click on submit, the system will now generate a new card or a new sheet for you. We call it the summary report or the summary sheet. On that summary sheet, there are two security classification details. One, the QR code, and two, the Gaf ID. The QR code is very unique to only Ghana Armed Forces. If you get anyone duplicating the summary sheet for you, you may not get the exact QR code. That QR code can only be scanned by Ghana Armed Forces scanners, and it provides the information that we need. All details will not be provided. But then if you come there with any fake, we will give you to the appropriate authorities to continue with the work. So that is the first feature. The second feature on that summary sheet that you will get will be your Gaf ID. With this, your Gaf ID, then by Friday, you can go and log on into the portal for your personal tracking. We may not be calling you to be giving information. Please point to note, most of the issues that have been faced is with height. When you are filling the form, height, you can't say that you are 3.2. Please go and ensure that you are entering the correct height. Then also age. Then perhaps the last one will be your phone number. Your phone number is going to be your lifeline between us and then between you and the Ghana Armed Forces. The moment you enter your phone number from the beginning, that phone number is what we are going to use to send you all the information. If the phone number does not belong to you and it belongs to your uncle or any relative, it means that information that you are supposed to be privy to will go to that individual. In fact, the moment you start clicking and say, start applying, there will be OTP that will be sent to you. And if the phone is not with you and is not active, you will never have access into the portal. I think I can rest my case here, and then maybe if there are other questions,
Okay,
I will
sir.
help you to answer it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Colonel Adria, sir, for taking your time to take us through the how to apply. And let me just reiterate, he said something about going back to read before you click on that button submit. Once you click on submit, you cannot change any details. So please, you have to be meticulous. In fact, being meticulous is a character of a good officer. And so you have to be able to read, understand, and apply appropriately. Let me also state that the closing date is 24th December 2025. The closing date is 24th December 2025. Also avoid middlemen. The Ghana Forces is an equal opportunity giver. You have to go through the right processes. Please do not fall prey to any recruitment fraud. I'll take some reaction from Sub-Lieutenant Wusu Ansah, then we'll take some final comments from our Director Information Technology, and then we'll call it a day.
Yes, ma'am. So some people keep on asking that they believe they have to come to Accra, which is part of the Southern Center, because that is where you will be given, maybe they think, preferential treatment or something. So I would like us to clarify that for the centers, you have to apply with the places that are closest to you. Everybody will be given equal opportunity everywhere. The fact that you are coming to Accra does not mean that automatically you will be accepted. You have to qualify. So in order to reduce the numbers, in order for the process to go on smoothly and seamlessly, I will entreat you all to go by the centers that were stated earlier, and we'll all have a good exercise. So the centers are Kumasi and Accra. So for Accra, it's for applicants in the Greater Accra region, Eastern region, Volta region, Central, OT, Western and Western North regions. And for the Northern Center, which is in Kumasi, it's for Northern, Ashanti, Savannah, Northeast, Upper West, Bono East, and Ahafo regions.
So we'll take some last comments from you if you have.
Right. Thank you very much. So when it comes down to the filling, when we are doing the final one, under education or educational details, basic, please make sure that you enter your best 6. English and Maths is compulsory for both the basic and secondary. Tertiary, please also mention you'll be given the opportunity to enter the school or the college or the institution you attended in the year. For now, I expect that those who are interested, you might have gotten all these details on a pen drive. Just as Madam said, let's be more cautious and careful about fake people that may use your voucher for other people. I wish you all the best and thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming. Before we wrap up, if you have any further enquiries, you can call us on 025-640-5154 or WhatsApp on 025-640-5104. So for WhatsApp, 025-640-5154 or call us on 025-640-5104. It's been wonderful having you all. We wish you all the best as you prepare to begin the process of enlisting into the Ghana Armed Forces through the Ghana Military Academy. And it's been a pleasure having you. I am Squadron Leader Elizabeth Fadilatu Salifu. I was joined by Sub-Lieutenant Owusu Ansah and Captain Tay, and we also had the pleasure of having the Director of Information Technology in the person of Colonel George Adria, who has been gracious enough to take us through the how to apply. As we said, being meticulous is part of being a great officer. We wish you all the best as you prepare to join the officer corps. Thank you all very much for joining us. We brought this production to you live from the Department of Communications of the Ghana Armed Forces. Thank you.